just as soon as I got out of high school, I went down to Murrow's drugstore and worked from, as soon as I got there until about 6:30. I got to, of course, know everybody in Carthage, and, I'd working behind the fountain, and I'd get people, had it called and all these different wild, crazy stuff that they'd buy from behind the counter over there. One day, Merriman came in. Red was the butcher down the street. Red was always drunk. He had a hangover one day, and he come in and he asked Doc Murrow, said, what can I get for this hangover? And he held up there and he said, hey, Tommy, said, give him an Alka-Seltzer. I said, okay. So I just plopped a big Alka-Seltzer up there on the counter with a glass of fizz water. We had to use fizz water then because we made the Cokes, And I didn't notice what Red was doing, but he plopped the Alka-Seltzer in his mouth and drank that water with it. Well, when that thing hit his stomach, he's supposed to hit it and put it in his water, and it's supposed to have bubbled up, and then drank it. Well, it started bubbling up on the inside of his stomach. And God, he was smothering to death right there in front of us. So Murrow said, run up and get Dr. Sloan right quick and tell him what's happened. So I ran up and got Dr. Sloan right quick, and he ran back down there and had a tube in his hand. So we had Red stretched out on the floor there, and he ran that tube down Red's nose, ran it down his stomach, and that air just come out and let that air out. And we kept Red from smothering to death right there in front of us. But neither one didn't have any idea. He wouldn't know that. We just thought he'd drop it in the water and then let it fizz and then drank it. But almost killed him right there in front of us. One night we played Gainsboro, and it was cold that night. I woke up next morning, I was deadly sick. I was so clogged up and with a sore throat and everything, but still had to go to work. I went to work at Murrow's, and I was coughing and wheezing and everything, and Murrow said, Tommy, won't you go up, Dr. Sloan's let him give you a shot of penicillin. And I said, how much a shot of penicillin cost, Doc? He said, I don't know, $15, $20. I said, hell, that's all I make a week down here, Doc. I said, I can't afford that. And we didn't have any health insurance. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just kept on trying to work. And so there's no boy worked there in the store with Murrow and me. He came in and stocked the shelves. His name was Ed Wiggen, and Ed was cockeyed. And Ed drove the school bus. And when he was driving the school bus down the road, you would see him, and he'd be driving like this, just like this. And he'd be cockeyed, And there'd come old Ed. Said Ed gives himself shots for allergy all the time. And says, I tell you what I'll do. Says there's kits. It's got a syringe, and then it's got a capsule with the penicillin in it. He said, I'll just give you that, and you just let Ed give you a shot of penicillin. So it shouldn't be that big a problem. He gives himself shots all the time. Well, I was stupid enough to say, okay, no problem. That's what I'll do. We went in the little back storage room back there. Ed said, well, bend over. So I bent over and pulled my pants down. Ed was standing there. He was standing there reading directions on this thing. He hit me with that needle and give me a good stick. It didn't hurt that bad. I thought, well, it's not going to be too bad. Well, it just kept on, and I didn't feel anything more. And I thought, well, hell, when's this going to be over? And I sort of looked over my shoulder, and Ed was back there. He still had the capsule of the penicillin in it. The syringe was hanging in my ass, just like this. And Ed was reading the directions on this capsule thing, see which end to put into the syringe. I said, Ed, God, go ahead and get this thing over. So finally put the thing in the syringe and squeezed it in there. When it did, it went up my back and down my leg and all over. It just felt like it went all over me. Well, God, that made me so sick at my stomach. I just had to quit and go home. I went home, and Mama said, well, what are you so sick about? And I told her what happened. I thought I'd saved everybody money. Saved Mom and Daddy $20 for a doctor bill, And she said, Lord have mercy. And there was an old colored man that went through the alleys and collected slop. His name was John Hodges. And he collected slop for his pigs. And she said, Lord have mercy. She said, I guess you'd let John Hodges give you a shot if he'd saved you a dime. So that was my doctrine by Ed Riggins. On Wednesday afternoons while working there at the drugstore, there would be a drawing every Wednesday afternoon, and they would give away money. They would give away, 25 or 50 or $100 or something. So I'd be preparing behind my soda fountain. I'd be chipping my ice and getting it ready, and get my ice cream cones and everything, glasses all clean, everything ready. So then I was sitting there, and somebody come in and said, "Hey, Tommy, they're calling your name." I said, yeah, I know. I said, no, sure enough, they're calling your name. They're calling your name, Tommy Jellicoe. So I went out to the door, and they said, Tommy Jellicoe, you've got 5 minutes to get here and get $75. Well, like I told you before, I only made about $15, $20 a week working at the drugstore. So I took off down the street, and people said I jumped bicycles, front end of cars. I said I tore down Main Street. Said you never have seen anybody jump and leap and run like I did to save my life. And I went down there and I won my $75. That was the biggest deal that I'd had all year. Boy, I couldn't believe I'd won that much money. I never mind working. I think working on Saturday nights at the drugstore was always sort of rough on me. All my buddies and friends, they would come in on Saturday night, and they'd be out, just running around doing their thing on Saturday night. And there I'd be stuck till 9:30 and nearly 10 o'clock at night on Saturday night and not being able to do anything. I'd get off every other Saturday night, but those Saturday nights I had to work, I always hated that.